we kicked, we just hugged the right side and we kicked and we veered over to the right.
Okay.
And then we stayed pretty close to shore. It was like 35 feet in that area.
Okay.
So for you guys who kind of want to stay shallower.
Those little islands.
Yeah, you're going to take a right. You're kind of protected. Those rocks out there, they kind of continue down.
Yeah.
So if you're on the shore side of those rocks out there, that's all going to be like 35, 40 max.
That's a pretty
This
deep
cove, this cove is, it's actually pretty deep in this cove. It's like around the 30s, I believe. It drops off pretty quickly, but yeah, it's up to you guys. You know, you can play it safe, stay in the cove, dive, take out to the right. What I was thinking of doing, it's kind of hard to see, just if you follow the right side of the coast, there's a kelp patty out there.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, we didn't hit that spot. We meant to, but we never hit that spot. We went to the right.
Okay.
I looked at the depth chart. It's actually pretty shallow. Like a lot of big surf will be shallow, and just drop off. Here, it just gradually decreases. So I think it's going to be like 50 in that spot.
Okay.
It could be shallower. I could be wrong. It could be deeper too. But yeah, so I mean, that was my game plan. Maybe, I don't know if you like a few warm-up dives closer in, and then shoot out there, you know, see how we're feeling.
I'm all about it.
Cool.
Well, we got the guys.
I mean, you stay in your car or what?
Yeah, it's like set up for a bed, so it's got like a full length.
I do the same shit. Hell yeah, bro.
Do you?
Good
Yeah.
shit. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome.
I got the Civic, but I put the back 2 seats down. I fucking
Okay.
put a mattress back
Yeah.
there.
No, it's a Highlander. It's kind of sick.
God.
I bought it off this guy. He's an engineer, so he engineered this whole wooden bed setup.
Oh,
so it was all ready to go when I bought it. So
Dude,
just like,
I bought a
burning.
van and I was gonna do all that myself, like just
Yeah.
the fucking. It's a lot harder than you fucking think.
It is.
I bought it. I
It
looked
is.
at like the cost of materials. I was like, fuck that.
Alright, so here we are pulling out our gear, putting on the bottoms. We're taking that hot water with a little bit of soap that I have in this bottle here, putting that in the bottom and the top before we put it on, because we have an open cell 7mm wetsuit. It's super thick and sticky, and especially if you haven't broken it in yet, you will tear off a lot of hairs if you're not putting the water on there with the soap. Throwing on our booties, got our fins, putting on our belt here. We have a Garmin InReach, ended up breaking later in the video, instantly flooded into the waterproof case, even though it itself is waterproof and the case is supposed to be waterproof. But we have the stringer hooked up there because I didn't want to carry a bunch of stuff down. Most free divers and divers in general, they'll take a lighter and they'll burn out the new plastic film that's inside the goggles. I'm getting my spear gun ready, getting the camera mount, flashlight, Windfire flashlight, T-Rex Pro watch, and DJI Action 6, throwing that on my gun there, getting my earpieces, and then we're heading down to the water. We got a crew of 6 guys today. Kyle, Mark, ML, and a couple other people hopping in the water. Kyle goes down on his first dive. Super deep. It was about 45, 50 there, I believe it was. That's why he disappears off into the blue. We got Julius, ended up getting his first fish down there. He swam around down there about 5-10 seconds, came up. I didn't even realize he had a fish on him. I was like, hey dude, you're tangled up in your float line. But ended up getting that. And then right away, in my very first warm-up dive, I went down about 15-20 feet of water. I ended up seeing this tail here, and I was like, what the heck? And I pulled that guy. I had to drop the gun, so I had to go catch my breath. I'm not good at staying down there too long. One of the other guys comes down and tries to help me pull out the spear, but he didn't want to lose the fish. It was a clean shot all the way through, so we would have probably been fine either way, but he didn't want to lose my fish, so he kind of pulled it to the surface. I looked down, and the pole started shaking as the fish was thrashing and kind of got pulled back into the hole. This was a big boy, and he didn't want to go easy. So this is the view from the gun here. You can see all of us. Kyle's actually filming from the opposite viewpoint. You can see that in his video most likely. So he comes up, and I end up coming down immediately after that to finish pulling out the guy. And then you'll see us get him out here in just a second. Usually I'll make these a little bit shorter and straight to the point, but I thought the viewpoint of the gun through all of this chaos was pretty cool. So we're coming up here with him. The biggest Cabezon I've gotten so far, so I was super happy with him.
We gotta leave the cove. Holy I was slamming my head into that rock. Holy fuck. course, when I don't bring my float to throw the fish on.
I was buddied up with Julius, but I heard Kyle say he had a ling cod, so I just wanted to go and be kind of a backup safety for him. He ended up going down here, trying to get his ling cod that he's got out of that hole, but again, it's about 45-50 feet where Kyle was diving at, so it's pretty tough. You can see him kind of just disappear into the abyss. What I'm trying to do at this point is I'll catch my breath a little bit after him and try to swim about halfway down. That way I can see 20 feet to the surface and 20 feet to the bottom. And I have a little bit extra breath on top of what my guy down there is going to have. This is him making a second attempt to come down there and get his ling cod. He's kind of just holding on to this seaweed to hold his place, know exactly where he needs to dive, and get a nice, calm, kind of meditative state going so he can get down there as long as possible. And then boom, he's successful and he ends up coming up with that ling cod there. I ended up heading back into the cove because I got a little seasick with Julius and start playing with sea slugs or whatever that thing is. Looking around all these holes because I did find that big cabezon right when we came out, so I figured there'd have to be something else out here. So I'm looking, checking everywhere. Don't see anything in any of these holes, although there had to have been something in there at some point. These are all super good homes for these fish. And that's when I come across this. Now at this point, I don't know if this is real or not, BB gun or what. It has metal plates on the side. Looks real enough to me. Can't really see why, a BB gun would be out here. So I just assume it's real and it's a murder weapon. Because, why would it be taken apart and checked out here? So I kind of checked that out. I put it on my stringer, and then after telling the people near me about it, I end up just continuing on and looking for some more rockfish until I end up bringing it out to the surface later. So I'm doing my breathe up right here. And we make our way on down to the bottom. There was a bunch of cabezon in this cove that were just skirting around. They were super active. This was one I was able to successfully get. Ended up being a lot smaller once I pulled them up. Wish I had just left them so it could grow up for later, but there was some nice ones that were down there in that cove, kind of just running away from me that I was chasing. You'll see in this video as well. So I'm continuing on, searching the bottom. Got ADD, wanted to check out this little cave. These caves tend to, it seems like, not have a lot of oxygen in there. You can see it's kind of murky and looks kind of just dead. And I pretty much never find any fish in these sections that are kind of off on the side and in those crevices. So here, I'm just kind of chasing surf perch. I usually do that, and I can't really decide if I want to take it or not. And I'm like, I don't want to have to gut them and do all that. I like the ling cod and cabezon because I don't have to, shave their scales off. I can just gut them and I'm done with it. The rockfish and surf perch and all that are a lot of work for a little bit of meat. But I took just 2 of them today. So we got this guy here, just making sure we dispatch him as quick as we can. When you see their mouths open up and they kind of do 1 or 2 last flinches and their tail freezes to the side, that tends to be a big indicator to me that you've gotten that kind of stone shot on them with your knife through there and severed their spinal cord. This is another guy, and this kind of just shows you where you should be looking for rockfish. They're not going to be necessarily out in the water column. They might literally be one with the rock and right up in there in that corner. Here I'm chasing one of those cabezon. I'm glad you guys are able to kind of see what I'm talking about when they're running around, but they're actively out hunting, especially the smaller to medium-sized ones at this time of day, a little bit into the afternoon. And they were very active and very alert, trying to stay away from bigger predators. Found this little guy here, checked him out for a bit, and ended up finding a similar guy on another rock in just a second. Got this dude also. Love and seeing all the different crabs and everything they got out there. And then I got ADD again and wanted to get some more mussels. So started grabbing a couple of those off the wall. And at the end of the dive, we're here just cleaning up our fish. And then we started heading up the hill, and because we thought it was a real firearm at the time, just called the sheriff's department and they come and pick it up.
And the number you called in on, that was
Yep, yeah.
And run me through a little bit what was going on?
So I was right about at that edge of those rocks there.
Okay.
And right in that kind of little cubby hole, just like 10 feet down. It was right in there while I was looking for some fish.
Okay.
Yeah. So we were spearfishing down there.
Nothing else down
No.
there or anything like that?
No. I guess they just brought it with them while they were fishing, probably took it apart, and I don't know why they would chuck it.
Who knows? Either way, I appreciate you calling in, man.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
I love the blue one.
I know, this one's super fucking blue.
Oh, shit.
What were you saying? Even the fucking...
That's so blue.
Look at that. That's wild. What were you saying, Antonio? Like the blue ones are like what, inferior or some shit like that?
I wasn't being fish racist.
No, what were you saying? They were like non-dominant?
I don't remember. I learned some bullshit and then I forgot the
inferior is
bullshit.
not the right word, but you know what I mean. Like the dominant ones lose their blue colors. Pizza.
That's fucked. How come don't you get your fish in the water?
I forgot. I usually do.
I don't like chumming the water with those sharks.
Skincare?
Yeah.
Okay, so that could be some ideas for skincare.
Yeah, fuck.
Fucking ling cod semen?
Jesus, bro. Julian, you're a savage. Yeah. Watch, he's a billionaire in like 5 years so he invents some fucking face.
Ling cod shit.
It's like hot tub time machine.
Yeah.
There's no more ling cod for anyone.
No, we'll find a way. Keep them alive.
What is it? Maybe it's Maybelline?
Maybe it's ling cod juice. Start a ling cod farm.
Yeah, ling cod farm. Maybe you just need one ling cod just to keep milking
For
it.
the purpose of semen face masks.
One gigantic ling cod.
She's laying Neil after 5.5 hours in the water, struggling to get out. Doesn't know where he is.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. Two can be as bad as one. It's the loneliest number since the number one. One is the loneliest number that you'll